Hello, hello, creative ones. Okay, I'm here on, I guess, like Instagram and also YouTube. Just need to get this out of the way of my camera. Hold on. If you're here, say hello, hello, hello. We'll talk about this Scorpio moon coming in hot. Hello, creative ones. Okay, so I just need to figure out how to get this. So I am looking at both cameras. All right, it's Melissa D'Antoni. Welcome, welcome. I haven't done. I did a live last week, and it totally evaporated. It did not save on Instagram. You can go check it out. Hey, soul brother, what's up? In Ireland, good to see you, my friend. Okay, so let's talk about this moon, dude. Whoa. So the full moon tomorrow is coming in hot. Are you feeling it? The energies have been quite potent lately, and it's a wild and wonderful time for transformation. So I want to give you a couple tips of things to consider while dancing in the light of this moon and using its cosmic force, right? It's highly transformational moon, and it's actually requiring you to change, to grow and to evolve. So this moon is asking you to rise like the phoenix, right? So in fact, I have a program from years ago. I think I started it in 2007 at my studio in Austin called the Phoenix Rising Experience. It's a group and private mentoring program. I've been called to bring it back just to celebrate the potency of this moon, and because I feel like so many people need this right now, right? And it is a coaching program, and it's also blended with, the alchemical arts. So we're deep diving into your biggest fears, your biggest challenges, your biggest traumas, your secrets. Pluto is the planet of Scorpio, and Scorpio rules in astrology the hidden, the occult, your psychic powers, your subconscious, your unconscious, right? The realm of the soul. So we're going to harness that energy and deep dive in a really conscious and harmonious way for you to alchemize, right? All of that pain into passion, into purpose, into prosperity, so that you are harnessing your power. Because what is Scorpio is all about power, right? It's how you use your power, your relationship with power, and this is individually and collectively. So of course, we're seeing this on the world stage right now. Collectively, where is there an abuse of power? Where are you abusing your own power? Where are you going against your own will? This came up last week in a karmic clearing I was doing with a client, the Sovereign Queen. The pattern of going against your own will, right? When we inherit patterns of abuse generationally, right, of denying ourselves, our own needs, our emotions, whatever it is, a lot of these are generational patterns that many of us are having to heal and evolve right now. And Pluto is probably stirring this up, right? Like a cauldron, like all this Scorpio is emotional intensity, right? It's psychic intensity, it's intuition, right? It's like, you need to do this work, right? You know that you need to have the hard conversations, invest in yourself, reevaluate your values. Scorpio is also a lot about the truth. It's like, where are you holding back your truth? Who are you not speaking your truth to? And where does that need to change? It's also the wild our wild nature, our connection to the earth, our connection to nature. Are we in harmonious relationship with the ecosystem of the planet? Are we using our creative life force energy in destructive and harmful ways to ourselves and others? Like, this is really big. What are you investing in? Scorpio rules secrets, mysteries, mysticism. I of course love Scorpio. I have Scorpio in the 12th house. So it's the realm. I mean, I use it a lot in my work because it's all about alchemy and going into the realm of the soul and the unconscious to mine it for, right? So when we are willing to go into our shadow, when we are willing to go into the darkness of our own being, right? Our own psyche. And when I talk about the shadow, I'm talking about our repressed emotions, our trapped trauma patterns, the distorted beliefs about ourselves that are repeating and blocking our happiness, fulfillment, creativity, and flow. When we harness that energy and we're willing to go in it and bring the light, right? When we're willing to bring healing and love into those areas, they transform, right? We move them from dark to light. That's what alchemy is, right? It's a high form of healing and spiritual alchemical growth. Really, it is, transformation. Of course, I use painting and the arts for transformation. So we do it through a creative process, and we make it really fun. And harness that emotional energy through the painting, right? Because you have to, so many of us have had to support our own emotional development. And that's what's being called for now, because really it's linked to our creativity. It's linked to our self-worth. It's linked to what we're creating in the planet and how we are relating to each other and our natural environment. So it's really, really important. So this moon is calling for your transformation. It's calling for your emotional empowerment. It is calling for your emotional maturation. It is calling for you to get right with your soul in every relationship, in your relationship with yourself, in your relationship with others. So if you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, if you have experienced that or experiencing that with your family members, with partners, exes, parents, organizations. I mean, just look at the global stage. We are in a universal war of dark and light, right? And what it is propelling us out of this, age of, slavery on multiple levels, but into the golden age where but we have to do our inner work, right, to get there, because we birth it through our own consciousness. Once we birth it through our own consciousness, nobody can manipulate you when you're healed and you're present and you're embodied and you're in your own soul, right? Nobody can. You see right through it, right? So this is where your power lies, right? And so the Scorpio moon is saying, you know what, you need to get right with yourself. You need to get right with your soul. You need to own your power. You need to grow the courage, the confidence to move through the self-doubt, to move through the distorted social beliefs, right? That, and the old ways of being that are really about, if I control the external world, right? Or if I get this much money, or if I have this kind of partner, if it all looks pretty on the surface, Scorpio's like, no, you got to go deeper. You got to go to what's authentic, what's true, and you've got to express that shit. That's where your power lies. Because once you do that, then you're not really afraid. Like, you're willing to embody the wholeness of who you are. And it's so liberating. It is so freeing, right? Am I right? And it's a lot of fun. So this moon is asking us to reclaim, like, do the soul retrieval work. That's the work that I do here with my clients, and with creative alchemy and karmic alchemy. We are going into the depths of the psyche It is psychic surgery with paint as medicine, right? And a strong coaching framework. So it's right, left brain. We are bringing back and growing in the gaps that we have developmentally so that we can reclaim these lost soul fragments and, embody them so that we can fulfill our dharma, our soul's purpose, and live fulfilling lives. Yeah, super cool. Okay, so this moon, again, just to recap, it's all about claiming your power. It wants you to, but you can't do that if you're denying your pain, if you're denying your feelings, if you're denying your deep, right? Sacred desires, like your heart's true desires, not the desires that the culture has put in you or your family, or like what is carved into your heart and soul that you are here to create, that you want to experience, that you want to feel. This is what Scorpio is stirring within us in the cauldrons of our own psyche, right? It's stirring these deeper waters and these emotional realms and bringing all this debris up, and it's saying, you know what, you can't repress this anymore. You can't play small anymore. No more playing small. What else do I want to say? So the soul retrieval, it's about the abuse of power. Where are you enabling the abuse of power? Whether it's in your relationship, your family, your community, your friends groups. Where are you contributing to these darker energies? And where is that robbing your life force? Because there are healthier ways of going about expressing this energy and getting your needs met. And that's what we're being called to do. So it's a time for soul retrieval. It's a time for karmic clearing and balancing. And when I use the word karma, I'm using it with regards to your creator consciousness. So what's the consciousness with which you're creating in? Where do you need to do some deeper work so that you can evolve your soul, evolve at the level of soul expression in this lifetime so that you can grow, right? Because we don't need to look at the world right now and see, what a shit show it is, really. And it's really calling us back at the level of soul to reclaim our soul, to reclaim our authentic power, not this false, phony, siphoning energy from other people, surface, materialistic, power over other people. That's not actually authentic power. It's a false power. Authentic power comes from truth. It comes from love, and it comes from that union, that sacred union within, and true freedom, which is I can make a choice regardless of my circumstances that is in alignment with my soul at any moment. That is true sovereignty, right? And that requires a level of integrity and self-love, right? That to make that conscious choice, not just for myself, but for my children, from my extended family, for my community, for the earth, for the whole, right? Because that when you wake up and realize and you reclaim these soul fragments and you realize, oh my gosh, we're all connected. We are all part of the earth, right? And she is going through an awakening process and we are part of that, right? That's why there's so much transformation happening on the surface of the earth right now. Because we're all going through this like massive Kundalini awakening, and it's forcing us and in many ways to reclaim our life force, to clear those old distortions and wake up to the truth of who we are and how incredibly powerful we are. And so that comes back full circle to the Scorpio moon, right? This Scorpio moon is asking us to, be in our full power. We cannot deny it anymore. We cannot deny the truth. we can, we have to have those hard conversations. It's asking us to grow. So I think that's all I want to say for today. I'm going to try and start going live every Monday again because I have a lot to say. Lots coming up. I'm really being called to be more vocal, and but I'm super excited about this moon. It feels really, really potent. If you're having a lot of intensity, I might do another. I'll do it in a reel. I'll do some tips on how to kind of navigate this. If you want to do some one-on-one work, if you want to do the Phoenix Rising experience, it's a 6-week program. Private message me, or you can book a session with me, and then link is in the bio, and you can, of course, apply there and apply that session to the whole program if that's what you choose to do. I'm also going to do a group, so there'll be a small group option, and then also a private option, because I want to make this accessible to more people. So the group will probably start May 1st, for 6 weeks. So if you want to get started now, private message me, and let's really use this time, the sacred time to step into our power, our passion, and learn the tools of how to work with this energy multidimensionally and transmuting that energy, into passion, into purpose, into prosperity. So I want to give an example. So there's been a lot of anger, right? It's in the chart, it's in the collective, it's come up individually. So let me show you. Anger is essentially raw power. So anger it has a message, and many people repress it, especially many women, because they're told that. I see it a lot with women. This certainly was true in my own life, kind of raised to be a good girl, a good Christian girl, not to have any emotions, just to kind of sit there and look pretty kind of thing. So anger, we weren't taught how to, or it wasn't modeled how to speak up or how to, voice or express our anger. And I think a lot of men too struggle with this because they saw their fathers be emotionally out of control or abusive with anger, and they had to protect their mothers, or that's the role they chose in the family. So they have a disconnection with their own anger and ultimately their own power, because what is anger? Anger is raw power. It's raw passion that needs to be metabolized. So we have to feel it, heal it, and then once we metabolize that energy, it has a message for us. The message is one of two things. Either you need to let go of control, right? That's what anger is telling us, or our boundaries have been crossed, right? So it has this message. So when our boundaries also show us where our needs are, where our self-worth is, right? So it's not really up to other people to respect our boundaries. It's up to us. We have to speak up and say, hey, that didn't feel good, or hey, I'm not cool with that, or I'm not available right now, or whatever it is, right? Our time is up, like I feel complete, whatever the boundary is. I mean, I know for me, like we in our family have this new puppy. And so it's all been about puppy training and boundaries with the puppy, and all the house, our whole house dynamic changed. And I have a wonderful 8-year-old who's such an animal lover, and she was so excited about this dog. And so I'm training her. So it's like boundaries with her and boundaries with the dog, and speaking up, right? And holding it to it, so that, the entire family dynamic and the home dynamic can welcome in this new beautiful baby creature, right? That we want to support, love, and grow as a member of our family. And then, but also to do so in healthy ways, right? So that there is a structure, there is, and I'm getting coaching too on that, which is pretty awesome. I'm a puppy coach because it's really helping me. And the reality is we all need help. So reach out if you want to do the Phoenix Rising experience. It's a super fun program. I started it in probably 2007. I haven't run it in a while, but it is my program for awakening. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, if you are ready to do the inner work, if you're ready to be supported, if you're ready to do the work, right, and have fun with it and really discover the truth of who you are and your authentic self. We do this through multidimensionally through the alchemical arts, in a strong coaching framework. So message me for that. Good time to get out on the earth, get outside, get support, and with me or whoever you feel called to, but make sure that you're doing the soul-based work, because if you're not, these energies are just going to ramp up and get more and more intense. So the more solid you are within yourself about your choices, about your healing, about who you are, why you're here, and what you're here to do, that will be your beacon, right? Your light is your beacon through all this change, this massive global change that will be pretty intense, at least, especially for the next 5 years, right? So you want to have that. Because what happens when all else fades away, right? You want to have like that clear connection to the divine, to the creator, and to the truth of who you are. So you can really thrive in this golden age era that we're stepping into. Okay, much love to you guys. Enjoy this full moon. Feel free to private message me and stay tuned. I'll do some more tips for how to work with this energy. Maybe I'll do a reel in a minute. Okay, much love. Bye for now.